One Germanic chieftain reportedly complained that fighting Romans was like fighting an army that never got tired. He wasn't wrong. He just didn't understand the trick.
In the series Learn from the Best, we learn how people go downhill, how businesses go downhill, but we learn from the most successful businesses, entrepreneurs, leaders, and empires as well. And one of them we want to study is the Roman Empire. For something like 800 years, no one could compete with them.
Here's where Roman warfare gets really clever. Most ancient battles worked like a bar fight. Everyone rushes in, swings until they're exhausted, and whoever's still standing wins. The Celts fought this way, the Germans fought this way, pretty much everyone fought this way. The Romans looked at this approach and thought it was stupid. Their solution? Rotate fighters like a basketball team substituting players. Every 15 to 20 minutes, fresh soldiers would step forward while tired ones fell back to catch their breath. Sounds simple. Executing it in the middle of combat where people are actively trying to kill you? That's the hard part. Celtic warriors especially couldn't wrap their heads around it. Their culture valued individual combat and personal glory. When a Roman soldier stepped back from a fight, they assumed he was retreating in fear. Then a fresh Roman would appear, and the exhausted Celt would face someone who hadn't swung a sword in 20 minutes. A single Roman soldier might fight 6 separate 15-minute sessions across a 3-hour battle. Still dangerous at the end. Wrestling happened daily. And Roman wrestling wasn't like what you see in high school gyms. These matches didn't end when someone got pinned. They continued until one man physically couldn't stand up anymore. The goal wasn't to be stronger, it was to be the last one still moving. But none of it mattered if their minds quit first. And that's where Roman training got genuinely scary. Here's something Roman commanders figured out centuries before psychology existed. Your body isn't what quits first. Your brain does. Centurions knew this, so during training, they'd run soldiers until their legs shook. Then, they'd order them to solve complex formation drills, build a defensive position, recite military protocols from memory. Cruel? Maybe. But also genius. See, Roman military doctrine contained a fascinating observation. Panic burns more energy than actual fighting. A calm soldier could last twice as long as a terrified one doing the exact same physical work. Still, even the toughest mind needs the right tools, and Roman equipment was engineered for exactly one purpose. Here's where Rome really showed off their engineering brains. Roman armor wasn't just metal slapped together. The lorica segmentata distributed weight across your entire torso. Shoulders, chest, hips, everything shared the burden. Chainmail? That dumps 60 pounds straight onto your shoulders. After 2 hours, you're fighting gravity more than the enemy. But the real genius was the scutum shield. That curved rectangular monster weighed 22 pounds. Sounds brutal for all-day fighting, right? Wrong. The curve lets soldiers rest it against their bodies during breaks in combat. Your arm gets a vacation while you're still protected. I've held replica shields at museums. The straight ones kill your arm in minutes. The curved Roman design, you could hold it way longer. Then there's the gladius. Short, brutal, efficient. Why didn't Romans use long swords like barbarians loved? Because swinging a 3-foot blade exhausts you fast. The gladius measured only 20 inches. A 6-inch stab to the gut kills just as dead as a dramatic overhead chop. But it uses maybe 1/5 the energy. And standardization? Every single piece of equipment was identical across the entire army. Drop your sword, grab your dead buddies. His fits your hand perfectly. No adjustment needed. Rome had hospitals, actual hospitals, with surgeons, recovery rooms, and rehabilitation programs. Here's the thing that made Roman endurance truly terrifying. It never went away. 25 years. That's how long a Roman soldier served. Not a few campaigns, not until the war ended. A quarter century of marching, fighting, building, and grinding. By year 5, something weird happened inside these men. Their hearts literally grew larger. Bones got denser. Lung capacity expanded beyond normal human ranges. And these changes? Permanent. I remember talking to a cardiologist who studied ancient skeletal remains. He said Roman veteran bones looked like they belonged to a different species. Decades of weighted marches had remodeled them completely. But here's what really baked my noodle. Veterans in their 40s routinely outperformed fresh recruits in their 20s. Sounds backwards, right? Young guys should dominate. They didn't. endurance training compounds like interest in a savings account. A 40-year-old with 20 years of conditioning had a biological engine that no 20-year-old recruit could match. Not even close. The pension system was genius, too. Soldiers only received their land grants if they completed full service. Die early? Nothing for your family? Get discharged for poor health? Nothing. This motivated soldiers to stay fit like nothing else could. And the knowledge transfer was incredible. Senior soldiers passed down every conditioning trick to new recruits, institutional memory spanning generations. When veterans finally retired to colonies throughout the empire, Rome didn't lose them. They became ready reserves, men in their 50s who could still march 20 miles and fight at the end. The Romans didn't just build soldiers who couldn't get tired, they built a system that manufactured tirelessness for 700 years. Every empire since has tried to copy it. None have succeeded completely.